Oh, hi, I'm Keesen Gripp.
Hi, I'm Darren Dahl, and this is what happens when you get caught doing drugs.
And I'm Keesen Gripp.
Hey, stop! What is that? What is that?
How have drugs affected you?
I guess personally for me, I had a brother who OD'd on meth, and I had a dad who also OD'd, and my mom was in and out of treatment for drug and alcohol, so it had a pretty big impact on my life in terms of my parents and siblings.
So, how have drugs affected you personally or close family members or anything you've seen in your life?
I have not really been around drugs, I guess. They just haven't really been in my life. I mean, my friends in high school, some of them smoked weed or whatever, but they haven't really been in my life too much, so I wouldn't say they've affected me
Okay.
negatively.
You've never seen anybody or known anybody that's had an addiction or OD'd or anything like that?
Not that I've been aware of.
Okay.
That's all we have. Go.
So how have drugs influenced you in your life?
Me personally,
Or
People you've been around.
I'll say that my dad's side of the family has all been addicted to some form of drug or another at one point in their life. My dad's the only one who hasn't. The rest of them have been in jail at some point in their life. And so it kind of put a strain on family. Never really see my dad's side of the family.
does that push you farther away from drugs? Or
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All the stories that they tell, like my uncle he was a drug dealer, and this gang broke into his house and tied him up and gang raped his wife in front of him and his 3 kids. Yeah, like it's stuff like that that's happened to family that definitely pushes me away from drugs.
What do you think that our society could do better to crack down on teens and just people abusing drugs?
I guess, parents have to be more aware of what their kids are doing. The treatment options are available there, but I would say just, being upfront with your kids about it. This is the impact it can have on you. This is why we tell you not to do it, and I think just being real with them and letting them know that this is what it can do to you.
So how do you think society as a whole could limit the use of illegal drugs or drugs in general, just abusing drugs?
How could society
As a whole.
do a better job of putting a stop to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
A lot more resources need to be put into law enforcement. A lot more resources need to be put into health treatment facilities for drug abuse. and rehab centers and things like that to help people get off drugs. And more resources need to be put into schools and places where I guess there's at-risk kids that could get this stuff and see you know, the horrors of drugs and actually have access to information that would hopefully encourage them not to do drugs. So there needs to be a lot more money devoted to programs like that, and programs for rehab and programs for law enforcement, because if any of those, you know, funded programs get cut, I mean, it's going to cause drug abuse to go up some, I would imagine.
Is there anything that you think that our society should do better to help people on drugs or keep drugs out of the communities?
Yes, I think that honestly, like marijuana and stuff, it's not that bad when used correctly, but everyone goes overboard, and just like alcohol, if you become an alcoholic, it's going to ruin your life. And I would say that we need to change this attitude of controlling it to the point that it becomes like idolized and like everyone wants to do it. And so like if you go to England, the drinking age is 18, but you'll never really see underage drinking.
Right.
I mean, you won't see people going out to these crazy parties. You won't see drunk driving. You know, we need to change our culture on the way that we handle drugs and alcohol, I would say.
Okay. Thank you.
This is your brain. That's your brain on drugs.